And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this Monday, August the 10th, 2015, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Colton Heinrich, 25 years of age, of Muleshoe, died Saturday night. He was a Muleshoe High School graduate of 2008 and attended school in his younger years at Three-Way. He was married to the farmer J.C. Lawrence, who also graduated in 2008 from MHS. Colton Heinrich was the son of Kelly and Cliff Heinrich of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe and Maple. His grandparents, who live in our area, are Bob and Paula Foley of the Maple community. His father and mother-in-law are David and Jan Lawrence, also of Muleshoe. J.C. and Colton live in the country out of Muleshoe in Lamb County. He was preceded in death by his brother, Caleb Heinrich, who died in 2008. Ellie's Funeral Home of Muleshoe is in charge of the funeral arrangements. Please remember all of the family of Colton Heinrich, 25, of Muleshoe, in your prayers, who died Saturday night. Also on your prayer list, remember the family of Janie Mosley, 84 years of age, who died Wednesday at her home here in Muleshoe. She was the mother of Greg Mosley and also Rena Newton of Muleshoe. Janie Mosley was born Janie Hancock in Abernathy, October the 27th, 1930, to Travis and Catherine Hancock. She graduated from Cotton Center High School and married August the 3rd, 1949, Matt Mosley. They moved in 1969 to Lasbuddy and then to Muleshoe in 1974, where she worked at St. Clair's Department Store, Parner's Home and Auto, Harvey Bass Appliance, and was a physical therapist for Muleshoe Area Medical Center, and retired as a value care representative at the age of 68. She was preceded in death by both of her parents and her husband, Matt Mosley, whom she had married 60 years previously. She is survived by 2 sons and 2 daughters. Her daughters are Rena and her husband, Presley Newton of Muleshoe, and Rhea and her husband, Glenn Morris of Merkel. Her sons are Greg Mosley of Muleshoe and Marty and his wife, Krista Mosley of Woodrow. Also surviving a sister, Jeanette St. Clair of Austin, a brother, Glenn, and his wife, Carol Hancock of Fritch, 11 grandchildren, and 17 great-grandchildren. A memorial service will be held at a later time for Janie Mosley, 84, of Muleshoe. The funeral mass celebrating the life of Solomon Madrid, 86, of Mora, formerly of Muleshoe, was held on Monday morning at 10 in the St. Gertrude's Catholic Church in Mora, New Mexico. He was the brother of Juan Madrid and the uncle of Earl Madrid and Mary Ann Ansaldua, all of Muleshoe. Solomon and his wife Amelia moved from Muleshoe where they had lived 46 years, tomorrow after he retired in 2008. He worked for the city of Muleshoe. His wife Amelia worked for Dr. Bruce Purdy here in Muleshoe for many years. He was a very faithful member of the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church of Muleshoe, and people will remember his faithfulness in helping the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center as well as Muleshoe Meals on Wheels. He was passionate about his faith, his church, and he served as a fourth-degree Knight of the Knights of Columbus. Please remember all of the family of Solomon Madrid in your prayers. And now it's time for the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire area. We received over the past 24 hours 2/100ths of an inch of rain, and on Sunday morning our rain gauge officially in Muleshoe read 16/100ths here at Channel 6 in Muleshoe. And now a message from our sponsor.
5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, right here in Muleshoe, located at 302 Uvalde Street, 806-272-5533. Check them out online on their website, www.5area.com. They offer phone and internet, more services coming in the very near future to 5 area telephone. And this edition of the weather forecast is brought to you by 5 area telephone. You're watching on your TV screen right now some of the beautiful rain clouds that were in the Muleshoe area, although we didn't get a ton of rain. We had some beautiful rain scenes here in the area, and that's what you're watching right now. But our rain chances continue today on Monday with a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 1 p.m. Partly sunny, high near 90 degrees, east-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Scattered showers and thunderstorms tonight possible. Chance of rain is 30%, mostly cloudy, low around 66. Tuesday, again, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny during the day. High near 87 degrees, so much cooler today and tomorrow. Northeast winds around 10 miles per hour, partly cloudy Tuesday evening, low around 65. Mostly sunny on Wednesday, high near 91 degrees, no rain chances on Wednesday, partly cloudy Wednesday night, low around 66. Sunny on Thursday, high near 94, so warming back up a little bit, partly cloudy with a low around 65 Thursday night. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms on Friday, mostly sunny otherwise, with a high near 92 degrees, partly cloudy Friday night, low around 65. And repeating, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly this afternoon after 1 p.m. for the Muleshoe area. Partly sunny, high near 90 degrees. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible tonight. Rain chances 30%, mostly cloudy with the low around 66. 5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
The Muleshoe City Council will meet Monday night at 5:30 in the council chambers at City Hall, and Robert Reynolds of Channel 6 will be there with our camera and film the entire meeting, and you will see it here online and on the air on Channel 6. And among the items on the agenda will be considering proposal from Strategic Government Resources, discuss funding of emergency medical services in Bailey County with Bailey County Judge Sherry Harrison, consider awarding lease for the old city airport. Also request and receive receipts of Muleshoe Heritage Foundation Hotel and Motel tax funds for the Tour de Muleshoe. Consider a resolution denying Southwestern Public Service proposed increase in rates. Receive a financial statement for last month and amendments to the employee personnel policy. Receive a retirement notice from City Manager David Brunson, and administrative reports will be given. There will be a movie in the park shown in the new city park Thursday, night, August the 20th. The TML, Texas Municipal League Annual Conference, will be in San Antonio September 22nd through the 25th, and the mayor and city council members will give closing remarks, after which there will be a budget workshop, and they will consider setting tax rate for 2016 before they adjourn, according to Leanne Gallman, city secretary. And be watching for that video film of that meeting in its entirety here on Channel 6 as well as online. And we'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment. Please stay tuned.
The First Bank of Muleshoe is proud to announce First Bank Online, www.fbmuleshoe.com. Transfer funds easily between accounts, make loan payments, view current and previous statement activity, pay bills online with bill pay banking anytime with 24/7 access. Call or come by today for more information. 202 South First Street, 806-272-4515. The First Bank is now online, www.fbmuleshoe.com. The First Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And this edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Do you have family in town? Well, if you do, come to Leal's, where families come together. Leal's is a family business that started in Muleshoe. They are located at 1010 West American Boulevard and serve the best of Mexican food and other treats. See you at Leal's. That's where my family goes when we are in town.
Betty Morrison, a Muleshoe High School graduate of the late 1950s, died over the past weekend of cancer in Wheeler, Texas, where she lived for many years. The funeral services for Betty Morrison, the wife of Billy Morrison, also formerly of Muleshoe, will be held at the First Baptist Church in Wheeler Saturday morning, August the 15th at 10 o'clock. And afterwards, there will be a fellowship for the family and friends of Betty Morrison. Please remember all of her family in your prayers, and especially her wife, Billy Morrison. They are from the family that was the Morrison Addition in Muleshoe near the Catholic Church was named for. Also, we ask your prayers on the family of Mike Hallenbeck. He was killed as he was fighting a fire in Lake Tahoe Basin in California, and that also happened over the weekend. And also, a tree fell on him and taking Mike's life. Captain Matt Aoki, who is a hotshot, has suffered in California severe burns to his face and hands, second and third degree burns in the Lowell, California fire. He will only be getting 40% of his salary now that he is going to be recuperating for quite some time. He was injured in the Santa Barbara area. Please remember all of these families, and especially Captain Matt Aoki, in your prayers as he recuperates from his burns. And the family of Dave Rue, 38 years of age, of Rapid City, South Dakota, who also died in California during the past week due to fighting fires with hot shots. The Muleshoe Independent School District will meet for their Board of Trustees regular session on Monday night at 8 at the School Administration Building, Superintendent Dr. R.L. Richards says, and among the items on the agenda will be consider cafeteria charge policy, designation of local government records management officer, application for staff development waiver, student success initiative waiver, consider approval of the 2015-16 teacher appraisal calendar and appraisers. They will also consider personnel and accept resignations. The Muleshoe schools will start on Monday morning, August the 24th. And there is a shoe drive being conducted right now by the members of the Calvary Baptist Church. And they are collecting shoes of all sizes for boys and girls and men and women. And they will distribute them next month at the Calvary Baptist Church. You can leave your good used shoes or brand new shoes at the Calvary Baptist Church located at 18th and Avenue C, Williams General Store, Evolve, 16th and Avenue D, Church of Christ, the First Baptist Church, First United Methodist Church, or the Cowboy Fellowship Church. Also, if you don't have shoes to donate, they are accepting monetary contributions up until September the 9th. Send them to the Calvary Baptist Church, Post Office Box 378, Muleshoe 79347, and make your trek out to the Calvary Baptist Church. But please note, it is for the shoe drive. Well, Meet the Mules is coming up very rapidly, so you can meet all the coaches and also the Muleshoe Mules football players and fall athletes at MHS. And we encourage you to attend on Tuesday, August the 18th at 7 o'clock at the new Muleshoe High School gym. And we will have new Muleshoe Mules voices this year on our broadcast of Mules football. Jim Daniel, beloved Muleshoe High School teacher, and Quentin Poe, who is the youth director of the First Baptist Church of Muleshoe, will be bringing you all the Mules games wherever they're played from. And that will be heard here online and on the air on every Saturday after the Friday night Mule games. And, of course, Bob Graves is retiring after 31 years as the voice of the Muleshoe Mule for Channel 6. And we thank Bob Graves for his wonderful years of service. The Bailey County Commissioners Court will meet in regular session on Monday, and among the items on the agenda will be the county treasurer will certify to the court any grant funds received in the prior month and adopt a budget for spending those grant funds. Also, they will consider new EMS billing service and consider a resolution authorizing the county grant for home delivery meal grant program for Muleshoe Meals on Wheels. Bob Doyle with Train will discuss with the court members options for heating and air conditioning for the Bailey County Courthouse. Eric Dixon will present a proposal for FY 2016 Information Technology Services. The county judge, Sherry Harrison, they will consider authorizing her to sign renewal of health insurance for employees of Bailey County at $689.70 per month, and that is an increase of 3%. However, the county will receive $7,844 back in surplus distribution. Also, consideration will be given to approving bonds for Deputy County Clerk Joanne Ramirez and the new Deputy Treasurer Tracy Torres. They will discuss tax rate and schedule public hearings if needed and take a record vote of proposed tax rate. There will also be a budget workshop, and Bruce Gibson will present a proposal for budget FY 2016-17 at the Monday meeting of the Bailey County Commissioners Court. We'll be back with more Muletrain in just a moment.
The swing bed program is now available at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center for the patient who is no longer in need of acute medical care but is not yet comfortable functioning independently at home. Call today for more information. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 806-272-4524. The swing bed program available now, again at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 708 South 1st Street.
Be sure and see the introduction to the 34 new faculty members of the Muleshoe Independent School District. That video is rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6 on the front page of our website, Muleshoe TV, our Twitter, and Facebook /Gil Lamb. You'll want to be sure and see these new teachers of the Muleshoe School before your children start to school. On Monday morning, they started their in-service training. Out at Lasbuddy, we understand only 2 days before the Lasbuddy ISD starts to school, the teachers will start their in-service training. In our bargain basement, found a Boston Terrier. It's a small and very lovable dog. It was found in the 1600 block of West Avenue B, and you can call 806-272-3039 if this is your dog, or you can message privately Deborah Pugh Smith on Facebook. That's found a very lovable small Boston Terrier found in Muleshoe in the 1600 block of West Avenue B. Call 806-272-3039. Want to do yard work, odd jobs, window cleaning? Call Leslie Brinkley. 806-231-3962. I highly recommend him. Want to do yard work, odd jobs, and window cleaning. Call 806-231-3962, Leslie Brinkley. Want to bake for the public sugar and sugar-free goods? Call Renee Copley, 806-946-6160. The Daughters of the American Revolution recognized recently Channel 6 interviews that we did in 2013 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Muleshoe. The award was in community preservation. In 2013, we interviewed 10 local Muleshoe residents who still live here and are direct descendants of Muleshoe pioneers. They included Sue and Travis Basir, the late Bobby Harrison, Margaret Ryan Berman, Barbara Mae Morris Blackman, Jack Schuster, Francis Stegall, Maureen Hooten, Pearl Brown, Melba Berman Bratcher, Jim Young, and his sister, Sue Young Rogers. And we were very pleased to have Channel 6 interviews being recognized for community preservation from the Daughters of the American Revolution. On your prayer list, please remember the family of Estella Fabella, 84, of Muleshoe, Bobby Harrison, 80, of Muleshoe. Remember Curtis Walker, who has prostate cancer that has returned, and Cheryl Stevens Barden of Portales, who has had a setback but is at home now after having knee surgery in Amarillo. Also, remember our firemen who are fighting so many blazes, especially along the West Coast. One of them being our son, Grayson Reynolds, who is in Redding, California at the Humboldt complex. It has 1,816 firemen on that file and 143 engines, and Grayson Reynolds is with one of those engines. Also, please remember Jana Finke, the daughter of James and Diane Brown of Muleshoe. She's at home in Spring, Texas. And Joellen Cowart, who is in Dallas having surgery this week, and her husband Barry and all of their families. Linda Lutz is on our prayer list, and her husband Jim and their family. Roy Lovelady and his wife Debbie and their family also. Remember in your prayers. And in Cook's Children's Hospital in Fort Worth, 2-year-old Eliza Dodd of Portales, the daughter of the former Jana Foster, who graduated from Muleshoe High School. Remember Alma Burton, Terry Byers, Laurinette Mason, Everett Reeder, Leona Harris, Bob and Nina Landers, R.L. Scott, Maxine and Clinton Rogers. Remember Doris Scott also in your prayers always. Dorothy Turner and James Withrow.
It is just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6 on the cable, and also find the last several months archived free of charge on demand anytime you want to listen to them. MuleshoeTV.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, incorporating natural sounds into music. Details in a moment on The Sound of Texas.
And The Sounds of Texas are brought to you by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association right here in Muleshoe. Check them out online, bcecoop.com. They're celebrating over 75 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area. The board of directors, the members, the manager, CEO David Markle, all hope that you enjoy The Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
When I was in 3rd grade, my grandpa bought a little Craig recorder because he wanted to play his turkey calls out in the field to get him to come in, okay? So he brought that in on a Saturday morning, and I found it, and he didn't get it back until the next day, and he only got it back because he came in and he said, "Here, I bought you a new one." He handed it to me, and he took his back. And I just loved going around recording things.
Dr. Victoria Meyer teaches audio aesthetics at Webster University in St. Louis. She was the artist in residence at Guadalupe Mountains National Park in the spring of this year. She recorded natural sounds and incorporated them into music she composed.
So the piece starts with the thunderstorm, and then it goes into waterfall, and then it goes into babbling brook. And it's the bees and the birds that you would hear around that area as it's happening, and kind of fades in. Then for the music, I really enjoy doing research. The Mescalero Apache here had some very specific instruments that they made and utilized. So the 4 instruments that I'm using, I created based on that history and information that I found. What I do is I set up my equipment and I walk away, and then I just wait. That's a lot of it, you know. Nature and children never do what you want them to do at the time you want it to be done, right? You have to really like quiet. You have to like being alone to do this, you know. I enjoy it. I feel like life is so hectic, and to be able to just sit out there and realize, no, I am actually accomplishing something is a piece of heaven for me.
She records much more than she can use.
If I get 5% usage out of what I record, I'm okay with that.
Victoria Meyer, this year's Artist in Residence at Guadalupe Mountains National Park. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.